Cruel Intentions is a new adaptation of the 90s movie, which is based on a novel. Is this new series worth your time? Hey everybody, my name's Justin. All I do is watch movies and shows on streaming services and in theaters. Cruel Intentions follows the elite students of Manchester College, a Washington, D.C. university where reputation means everything. Fraternities and sororities are the gold standards, and two ruthless step-siblings will do anything to stay on top. Now, I have not seen the 1999 film, which starred Sarah Michelle Gellar and Reese Witherspoon, Selma Blair, but I've heard some decent things about it. I know the concept behind it, and this is actually based on a novel from 1792, a long time ago. So this is a new adaptation. There are some changes from that 1999 film in regards to the characters, certain positions that these characters hold, their role, and everything. And it is an 8-episode series that ranges from 40 minutes to an hour long, so there's more that the series can do, and at times that does work, and at times that fails when it tries to stretch out its story. What works so well for Cruel Intentions is that it has this polished look to it when it comes to sororities, these fraternities, and the overall college atmosphere in it. It seems very clean, from the direction to the costumes within here. The overall look of it feels very nice, but there's this slimy feel to it that most of the characters are just terrible people. They are trying to stay on top. They're trying to manipulate people. When it comes to Caroline, played by Catherine Hook, or Lucien, played by Zach Burgess, these characters know what they want, and they have a lot of dark secrets that they're trying to manipulate, and they play games with each other. It does follow the same structure as that original film. And there's this brutal hazing incident that threatens the entire Greek life system, and they'll do whatever is necessary to preserve their power, even if that means seducing Annie, the daughter of the vice president. Caroline really wants Annie to be part of her sorority. That will look really good on her if she has the vice president's daughter, so she enlists her stepbrother Lucien to get involved, and they have this game and they start to manipulate people. People start to question people's reputation, and characters are lying constantly. So there's this nice polished look to it, but there's such a grimy feel to it when it comes to the characters and how they are understood and their relationships with each other. There's a lot of things that come into play that just brings these characters out in the worst ways. And Catherine Hook is really good as Caroline. She's very controlling within this series. She has such a screen presence that is very demanding, to where you believe that she has a lot of things at play, and she's very confident, but she will get what she wants, and she's not afraid to throw someone under the bus. I also like Lucien, played by Zach Burgess. There's a lot that the character goes through. They try to develop him and give him some personality and emotion behind that character. He's trying to stay on the same level as his stepsister, but there's more emotion to that character and more personality, which I really did like. Despite him manipulating people and being terrible for most of the series, I liked him as a character, and that there was times that he was misunderstood. In Savannah Lee Smith as Annie Grover, the daughter of the vice president, she really starts to switch things up as she is shy. She's unsure of college since she's kind of been sheltered from that life, and she throws a wrench into relationships throughout the series, and she is a nice kind of switch up from all the other characters that are just manipulative and very controlling. She, on the other hand, very sweet and very kind, and I like that within it. The series also dives really deep into the routines and rules of sororities and fraternities, and how people have to live up to certain expectations, and what goes into producing the rules and the lifestyle of these fraternities and sororities, but they show how loyalties are tested and relationships are developed in the wrong way and the right way. And they dedicate a lot of time to the sorority lifestyle and fraternities and parties and people trying to stay on top and all the power that gets to their head. It really fleshes these characters out in the wrong way, and you see the true identities of these characters throughout the show. Real quick, if you're interested in watching Cruel Intentions on Prime Video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you have seen this show, comment down below with your thoughts on it. If you'd like to see more exclusive content from me, consider joining my channel as a member. There you can unlock exclusive ranking videos and movie reviews as well. I did think that Cruel Intentions had this nice polished vibe to it that felt very slimy throughout, and I really like the performances. But taking a film that's able to develop the characters and tell its story of manipulation and power and trying to get what you want, stretching it out over 8 episodes, there's many times where minor characters just don't have that development, and I really just didn't care about their storylines. Honestly, if it didn't have to do with Lucien and Caroline and Annie, I didn't care so much about the other storylines. There's other storylines involving women in a sorority and professors at the college, or men in fraternities that are having complex relationships. There are certain storylines in here that just don't have that time to develop, and it's mostly in that middle half of the series where they start to introduce new characters, new storylines throughout. It starts off strong with Annie and Caroline and Lucien, and it ends on their note as well. So that middle half of the series, they try to tackle on many different storylines, and frankly, I just didn't care too much for it. And I thought that a lot of them felt very underdeveloped, and I know it's more in line to what Lucien and Caroline and Annie's storylines for. It's supposed to kind of supplement all of that, but I found a lot of it to be weak and poorly developed, and it's kind of taken away from looking at Annie's relationship with Lucien and Caroline and how these step siblings are taking control of people and trying to manipulate them. That could have been strengthened. Instead, we got other storylines that just didn't feel that necessary, and so there's many times where this series does veer off in this different direction when it really could have been honed in on the characters and the main characters, or maybe even shorten the series. 8 episodes seems like it's just really stretching it out when it really didn't need to be that fully stretched out. Maybe 6 episodes would have been fine. You really could have got to the meat of the story and looking at that manipulation and looking at our trio of main characters and just going in on all of that. But it's still an interesting watch. The performances are really strong, especially from Catherine Hook. Her screen presence is very strong, very demanding, got that slimy feel to it, but it also feels very classy throughout. Didn't need to be fully stretched out. Many storylines I felt like just didn't have that chance to develop, but it's still worth a watch. I'm gonna go ahead and give Cruel Intentions a B-. Thank you guys for checking my review for Cruel Intentions, the new Prime Video series. Have you guys seen it by chance? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.